Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be going over how to disprove Deuteronomy 18:18 being about Muhammad. Now, this is most commonly used against with Muslims trying to show that Muhammad is prophesied in the Torah. Now, the verse says, "I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among their brothers, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him." They argue that the prophet like you, and the fact that it says their brothers means it's not the Israelites, and it has to be one of their brothers, which includes the Ishmaelites. And the prophet like you, they argue, Muhammad is more like Moses than Jesus. Now, I want you to focus on two things. Firstly, looking at Deuteronomy 14 and 15, we see that it's very clearly addressed to the Israelites yourself, right? Which you, the Israelites, are about to dispossess, listen to fortune tellers and to diviners. But as for you, the Israelites, the Lord your God, God of the Israelites, has not allowed you, the Israelites, to do this. The Lord your God, God of the Israelites, will raise up for you, the Israelites, a prophet like me from among you, the Israelites, from your brothers. It is to him you, the Israelites, shall listen. Right? So it very clearly addresses the Israelites directly, right? Now, this is how to shatter this argument completely. Firstly, I want you to focus on the word that translates from your midst, mikabetcha, right? That word means, root word's kareb. It means midst, inner part, inward part, among, within, from the center, right? Midst or middle, right? And I want you to focus on the second word, from your brothers. Brothers, the root word there is ach, which means including close relatives or members of the same tribe or nation, right? Because of this combination here, from your midst, from your brothers, from within your brothers, from among your brothers, from your inward circle, right? It's very clearly referring to within the Israelites themselves and is clearly using brothers in the sense of the same nation, that same group of people, same tribe, right? This completely decimates the idea of it being Muhammad because Muhammad is an Ishmaelite. He isn't an Israelite. He isn't included in this. And the Hebrew makes it very clear. Now, there's also a bunch of verses in Deuteronomy that use this use of brothers as well. For example, Deuteronomy 3:18 through 20. "And I commanded you at that time, saying, the Lord your God has given you this land to possess. All your men of valor shall cross over armed before your brothers, the people of Israel. Only your wives, your little ones, and your livestock, I know that you have much livestock, shall remain in the cities that I have given you, until the Lord gives rest to your brothers as to you, and they also occupy the land that the Lord your God gives them beyond the Jordan. Then each of you may return to his possession which I give you." Now, very clearly, firstly, your brothers, the people of Israel, specifies that this use case of brothers is referring to Israel. And the second one, your brothers, right after it says give rest to your brothers, is also clearly about the Israelites because it's talking about the land that God promised that's beyond the Jordan to these brothers. Who was promised the land beyond the Jordan? The Israelites themselves. Not the Ishmaelites, not the Edomites, no one else except the Israelites. So this use case of brothers is also clearly referring to the Israelites. Secondly, Deuteronomy 24 verse 7. "If a man is found stealing one of his brothers of the people of Israel, and if he treats him as a slave or sells him, then that thief shall die. So you shall purge the evil from your midst." Once again, it uses brothers, and what makes it really easy is it specifies as well that it's referring to the Israelites. Lastly, Deuteronomy 17:15. "You may indeed set a king over you, whom the Lord your God will choose. One from among your brothers you shall set as king over you. You may not put a foreigner over you who is not your brother." This one very clearly directed at the Israelites, and he uses from among your brothers, right? Referring to the Israelites itself. It can't be a foreigner because it makes it very clear in the next sentence that they cannot put a foreigner over them, right? Once again, the best part about this is remember ach, that use of brothers, that's the same word used for all the brothers in all the verses I just showed you as well, right? Now, what does this leave us with? Well, since the Hebrew word used means from your midst, within, from your inward part, among, etc., and we know that the verse clearly focuses and talks directly to Israelites, the Hebrew makes it clear that this prophet must be an Israelite. On top of that, the nail in the coffin is that the Hebrew word for brothers in Deuteronomy 18:15 refers to those of your tribe or nation, which is a complete nail in the coffin to argue that this is about Muhammad, right? You cannot get around those Hebrew words to argue that it's about Muhammad. It's not possible. Thank you so much for watching. My TikTok is at BugLovesAll. I'm live Monday through Friday, starting at 10 to 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'd love if you guys showed up. I'd love to answer questions, clarify things you're struggling with, and if you come to debate, I'd love to debate.